On last week's episode, our Camino family grew, walking through more mountains and fields, and witnessed a running of the bulls. Welcome to episode 4 of my Camino Diaries. Good morning. It is day 7, which marks the official first week of walking the Camino. I just left my albergue here in Los Arcos at Casa de la Abuela. Had a pleasant stay. The surprise mini bullfighting in the city. But yeah, had a late meal last night after the festivities and got rained on. It's a good doner kebab, like a little sandwich. It was delicious. Either that or I was really hungry. It's a little bit before 7 a.m. Sun is starting to come out here. The one thing I love about getting up early, or that I've gotten used to getting up early, is being able to see the sunrise. So for this first part, I'm going to head to either San Sol or the town after for a first midday break. Grab myself a coffee just to keep me going, because everything right now back in Los Arcos is closed. But overall today we are heading to Logroño, which is about 29 kilometers. In miles, that is, I believe, between roughly 17 to 18. Guesstimate around there. So today's gonna be a long day. Oh yeah, I don't remember if I filmed this or not. I guess I'll find out once I watch all the footage back. But got me some shampoo. Yay! So that's a plus. It wouldn't be long until several pilgrims would catch up to me. Or rather, I catch up to them. Alright, here we are. We're on the road close to San Sol. It's the first town after Los Arcos. First part of the morning I was pretty much by myself, but right now I got two lovely people here from Texas. I have Anne and Michael. It was a good walk with Michael and Anne. I would come to find out they're actually good friends with Chrissy and John, whom we met the previous day.
We got these. We each got the Nàjera.
We're here in Torre del Rio. Had a lovely little mid-morning breakfast. Now we're on our way. Just popped into the little church back there, Church of the Holy Sepulchre. It's a beautiful little church. Got a stamp. And now we're headed back. We just came all the way down there. one thing I was pondering about earlier, your walking sticks, if you do use them while you're here, become an extension of your legs and your arms, guiding you. And then the bed you sleep at night is just a random bed you sleep at night till you head on your journey for the next day. But your backpack becomes your home. It's for everything you have that you'll need, that will keep you going for the next however many days. Puts into perspective quite a bit. Like, you don't really need much. Random thought on this mountain hill. I did have a little tiny bit of cry. I don't know, random thoughts just popping up into my head. I don't even remember what I was thinking about. So it must have been something. I'm sure this won't be the last time I'll have that little cry. In those moments of walking alone, I find myself in a sort of meditative state. Thinking, wondering, listening to my steps, listening to my breathing, and seeing my surroundings. We're almost there. We've just crossed the La Rioja region. And I believe we're about 3 to 4 kilometers left until we reach Logroño. As luck would have it tonight, Sebastian, Cam, Barbara, Sarah, and I all were in the same hostel. After settling in, we run a few normal errands like a grocery run, sampling some snacks that we haven't probably had, and of course, laundry. Today we have the arduous task of figuring out how to use a public laundromat. Let's just say we managed. Oh. Huh? Hey, good job, good job.
There you go.
Oh, wait, one minute.
Wait, one more time.
Yeah. What they do? Kinder, her first Kinder.
The white one, because it's better than the original one.
It's a cracker.
Sarah's a convert to the Kinder chocolates.
It's not this nice texture on the outside. Yeah.
Aw. Of course, after our errands, it was time for some cervezas. Not to be confused with tapas, pinchos are typically a small snack that is often served on a stick or on top of bread. Fun fact, Calzada de Oro, in the heart of the old town, about 200 meters long, is well known for their pincho bars. Tuesday, the 21st. Just left Logroño, and today we're heading to Nàjera. Have Sebastian walking with me this morning.
Good morning.
We had our cafe con leches before we headed out, so I think we're good until the first rest stop. Mileage is the same as yesterday, roughly about 27.5 kilometers, which is around 17 miles. So it's gonna be a long day for all of us today, walking this section. I think the first town is Nàjera, and that's about 6 kilometers from Logroño. I know the others are already out and about, so we'll likely meet up with them there or somewhere in Nàjera if that's the case. But it's gonna be a good day. Nice clouds, sunshine, same weather as yesterday. Taking one step at a time. Put the insoles in my shoes, so hopefully that'll help just a little bit, but we'll see. So far, so good. Update, I forgot. It's actually 10 kilometers to Nàjera, not 6. So roughly 6 miles to the first stop. Did you know, Nàjera wasn't originally part of the Camino Frances. It was actually added later by King George Sanchez in the 11th century. One of the great things I enjoyed about the Camino was collecting all the little stamps from all the places I visited, whether that be cafes, churches, even stores. And every stamp was different. Morning with Buck and Sebastian.
Hey, hey.
We're about roughly a little over 10 kilometers left into our journey for today. Having myself a little snack. Sebastian with a cigarette. So far so good. Looks like we're making good time.
Yeah, I
So-
think so.
It'll be good once we get into town and figure where everything is, so looking forward to it. Now, I mentioned previously one of the ways you could do the Camino was on a bike. As a walking pilgrim, well, sometimes the bikes can get in the way. As we will go down the road, our shadows tell I was gone, bright to see. made it to Nàjera. Made it here with Sebastian. He's in another albergue couple streets down, so he's settling in there, as well as Cam and Sarah, and I believe Barbara are there in respective albergues for 2 nights, which is great. I got myself a nice private room all to myself, which includes my own bathroom. I figured yesterday and today was, pretty big days in terms of our walking. It was good 17, 18 miles altogether, so treat myself to something, nice, like a nice room to myself. And I think it's a good thing too, just to, treat yourself, but also it's good to kind of get away from having so many people around you every single day, just to get back into your system, I guess. So for the rest of the night, I'm just gonna pretty much decompress, relax. Today was a pretty rough day in terms of walking. There was a lot of gravel surfaces on there, so literally like you could feel every rock that you're walking on, and so that did a number on my feet the last 2 days. But I'm not complaining whatsoever. It's just it is what it is. When you're doing the Camino, you're gonna be walking on all surfaces, wherever you are. We did have some nice views. The weather was actually pretty good for really all day until I got to my pension, which is, kind of a upper scaly version of the albergue hostel. It's been a pretty great journey so far, I will say that. I haven't been able to fully talk into camera because I've had so many people around me, but I wouldn't trade it for the world. It's an experience in itself, and just meeting, the many people I've met just this last week alone is pretty awesome, and definitely looking forward to sharing more experiences with them these next few weeks. And I've come to cherish those moments, from our simple conversations to deep philosophical ones, from trying to find places to eat or walking around the town just to reach a restaurant. We called it an early night as more rain was scheduled to arrive overnight. So with that, I strolled back to my room. Good morning. On the road. Today we're heading to Santo Domingo de la Calzada, and left a couple minutes after 7. It's a nice morning. Sun's coming out already, and today's mileage is a little bit less from yesterday. Roughly about 21 kilometers, 13 miles. So not too bad. I did sleep well last night, which was much needed. And I didn't get a chance to see the church or the monastery yesterday, unfortunately. I was just too tired, but also the rain kind of unexpectedly popped in. But it was good. I appreciated being alone for a little bit, for me just to gather my thoughts after this first week.
And I'll be coming home, then I'll be at your door, when I'll be coming home.
So far each day, I find myself starting out alone, and as the day progresses, I slowly start walking with my fellow pilgrims.
The wish I carry high, when
Alright, I got Kim to try Filipino. What's your verdict?
It takes me through the
DaVinci also?
Ah. Converting one person at a time.
when I looked at
Just had a little quick pit stop at Azofra. Little, pan au chocolat and café con leche. Because the banana and half a bread that I had this morning pretty much, I guess, burned it off on my first walk or first portion walk this morning. I believe the next town is roughly about 8-10 kilometers. So we'll probably do a lunch stop there. And then after that, I think it's another 5 to Santo Domingo.
I wanna see you play the music of your heart. I'm followed by your light whenever we're apart.
Along the way, you'll find some roadside stands selling some fruits and snacks and drinks. Sometimes a much needed drink for a fellow pilgrim.
Oh, when I look deep into your eyes,
Okay, this is gonna sound really cliche, but walking the Camino feels like time is on a different thing. Meaning, like, it doesn't necessarily exist, or it does exist, but we don't acknowledge it. It's like we're letting go of things that constrain us to what time is, that kind of thing. Hopefully that made some sense. So yeah, just random thought as a walk in here. Made it to Santo Domingo de la Calzada. Now I just look for my hostel. Kinda got pretty windy here. Hopefully it's not gonna rain. Yeah, according to my maps right now, it's gonna take me another 10-minute walk. So that's what we're gonna do. It'll be nice to kick my feet up once we get settled into the room. Alright. Here we are. Tonight's bed. Not bad. I got my own sink, so I don't have to go out for that. Toilet and I think shower is out there. So it's pretty good. Alright, made it to our accommodation for tonight at Santo Domingo de la Calzada. Tomorrow we'll be back to the normal albergue style bunks, but I'm gonna go explore. There's a cathedral, I believe, a couple blocks from here I do want to check out, since I wasn't able to when I arrived in Nàjera yesterday, which I would have loved to. So we're gonna go check that out in a bit and see what else we could find. Maybe get some snacks for tomorrow. I finished up the last of my baguette that I got from Monday and gonna snack on some fruit at the moment because I need that. But aside from that, we're gonna go explore. Here's a little fun fact. Did you know a rooster and a hen are housed within the cathedral? As legend has it, a pilgrim who was mistaken to be a thief was hanged to death within the square. When the parents of the pilgrim arrived to collect the body, they found him alive, saying that Saint Dominic, Santo Domingo, had revived him. And when the parents went to tell the mayor of Santo Domingo de la Calzada, the mayor was less than unbelieving of this tale, and suddenly his chicken dinner had come alive. Before dinner, we sample a drink called calimocho, equal parts of red wine and Coca-Cola. It is a classic drink within the Basque region. Grocery shopping for tomorrow, Sarah. We're ready for tomorrow's, ready for tomorrow's mileage. So
We've got baguette, and we have cheese and meats.
the traditional snacks.
Yeah, and sumo de naranja.
Yes. We're ready. We're ready. And ready we will be. But for now, I need my beauty rest. On next week's episode, we get interviewed by school children. Sebastian gets a special stamp, eating one of the best burgers on the Camino, and an anxious feeling of walking back into a big city. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next week.